All right, so this is your lesson part of today. This is dividing your polynomials. On this side, we're going to divide by a monomial, and on this side, we're going to divide by a binomial. So two different types of dividing here. So when you divide by a monomial, we've actually done this before. You're going to divide the coefficients and subtract the exponents, exactly like you do when you factor out a greatest common factor. So for this one, we're going to take all of this and divide by 3r. And if you want to go ahead and write divide 3r, you can do that. Here, the 3's cancel, or you can even just put a 1. R squared divided by r just gives you r, or you can think of it as 2 minus 1 is 1. So just 1r minus 15 divided by 3 gives you 5, and these r's cancel out. So just r minus 5. So that's all you're doing. You're just taking each term and dividing it by whatever they tell you. So in this case, 7a. So if you want to just write divide 7a for all three of them, we're just going to do it like it's three separate problems. So for this one, if you want to think of like a 1 being in front of that, we have a 1/7. That doesn't reduce, so you kind of just keep it. And then I always just treat this like the tug of war. The top is winning by 1. So 1a over 7, or just a over 7. Now, this one in the middle is a little tricky. They're the exact same thing. When the whole thing cancels out, you just put a 1. You can't put nothing there, so we just put a 1 as a placeholder number. All right, minus, and then this last one, 28 divided by 7 is 4, and that a is going to stay in the denominator. It doesn't have any other a's to combine or cancel with, so it just stays there. And that one a looks a little bit weird. I'm going to just put a for that. All right, let's try it again. We're going to divide each of these by 3s squared t squared. If you can do it in your head, that's cool. This one's a little bit more complicated though, so I really kind of recommend writing it out for this one. And we're just going to do it like three separate problems. So in the first one, the 3's cancel. S to the third divided by s squared. So 3 minus 2 is 1. We're just going to have s to the first. You can put the little 1 in there if you want. And then the t squareds cancel, just like the 3's canceled. So that's actually all that's left for that one, just poor lonely s. All right, minus 15 divided by 3 gives you 5. The s squareds cancel. And then if you treat this like your tug of war, you have a t left, but it's on the bottom. Plus, and we're going to do the same thing with the last one. 24 divided by 3 gives you 8. There are no s's to combine with, so that s squared is just going to stay where it is. There aren't any s's in the numerator, so that it's kind of just there. And then for the t's, you have 3 minus 2, which gives you 1. Or you can treat it like your tug of war. The numerator is winning by 1. So you're just doing it like three totally separate problems. All right, let's try it again. This one, we're going to divide them all by 4ab. So for the first term, 12 divided by 4 is 3. For the a's, you're doing 3 minus 1, which is 2. The b's cancel out. Plus, all right, for the middle one, 16 divided by 4 is 4. The a's cancel. And you have b squared. 3 minus 1 gives you 2. Minus, all right, then the last one, 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then actually that's it, because the a's cancel and the b's cancel. Now this one is written differently. Instead of the division symbol and then whatever, we just put the whole thing over 3x. So if you want to rewrite it, and again, if you get to the point where you can do this in your head, then that's cool. But if you want to rewrite it and just divide them all by that 3x, that's what's going on here. So let's try it again. 6 divided by 3 is 2. You'll be left with an x squared. Again, 3 minus 1 is all that we did there. Minus, all right, 12 divided by 3 is 4, and we'll have an x left. 2 minus 1 is 1. Here, the x's cancel. 24 divided by 3 is 8. So again, you're just doing it like three separate problems, dividing them all one at a time. All right, the area of a rectangle is given by this. The width is given by 5t. Find the length. Well, if you do length times width, you'll get the area. We're kind of just doing that backwards. If you take the area and divide by the width, then you're going to get the length. Just one side times the other gives you the area of a rectangle is basically what that is. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. We'll be left with a t minus, here the t's cancel, 20 divided by 5 is 4. So if you're thinking about your rectangle, what happened is this side is 3t minus 4. And then this side is 5t. And if you multiply those together, you get that area. So now for the other side, we're going to divide by a binomial. You're going to factor the numerator and cancel out. So just looking at the numerator, I'm going to draw my X box. 21 goes on the top, negative 10 goes on the bottom. So I'm trying to think of numbers that multiply to be 21, be 3 times 7, and I need them both to be negative to get negative 10. Negative 3 times negative 7 will give you positive 21. So I'm going to write my parentheses. Oh, oops, copy error. X minus 3, X minus 7, that's my numerator, divided by X minus 7. And so the X minus 7's cancel, and all that's left is X minus 3, and that's your answer. So when you factor it, one of the factors is going to match the denominator. So for example, if you want to set this one up blank first, when I split this, one of the factors is going to have to be m minus 9. Like it's going to have to match like that. So you kind of have part of the problem done for you. Negative 45 goes on the top, negative 4 goes on the bottom. I'm trying to come up with numbers that multiply to be 45. That would be 9 times 5. And to get negative 4, I need negative 9 plus 5 will give you negative 4. So I already have my m minus 9. I knew that was going to be in there. The other one's going to be m plus 5. So these cancel, and your answer is just m plus 5. So again, I kind of like these ones better because part of the problem is sort of done for you. This one's your difference of squares. When you split that, it's going to be y plus 5, y minus 5. Again, you have to be a good noticer. You need to notice the middle term is missing and notice that 25 is a perfect square. So these cancel, and your answer is just what's left. All right, this one's not a trinomial. There's only 2 terms, so I cannot do an X box. Again, all the types of factoring can be all mixed up, just like they were on your quiz. So you kind of just have to look at it and see what you've got. So I notice in common, I can divide out 2x. So if I divide out 2x from both of them, or undistribute that, we're going to see what's left. So from the first term, the 2 is gone. I took one of the x's, so just an x, plus 16 divided by 2 is 8, and then those x's cancel. Which, oh my gosh, look, the x plus 8's cancel. And so your answer is just what's left, which is the 2x. You're going to have to get something that cancels. If you don't, then you've got a mistake somewhere. So again, this is our trinomial. If you want to even just go ahead and set it up blank, one of these is going to have to be 2x minus 3. Basically, we're just trying to find what the other one is. This is your more difficult kind of factoring because you have this number out front. So we're going to multiply the first and last terms. That's negative 24. 5 will go on the bottom. It'll be 8 and negative 3. So I'm going to take both of those and put them over 2. 8 over 2 reduces to 4 over 1. Negative 3 over 2 won't reduce. And then just start with the denominator. So 1x plus 4. And then this one, I just already put it in there because I knew it was going to have to be 2x minus 3. So those cancel, and x plus 4 is your answer. Last one, again, it's not a trinomial, so I can't do the whole X box thing. We're just going to look at what they have in common. I can divide a 5 out of both of them. And if I divide these both by 5, I'm going to get 2x minus 3, which is what's in the denominator. It'll cancel. And so your answer is just 5 for that one. So what you guys are going to do with the rest of your time is your delta math, and then you are done for the day.